Now, someone that we wanted to get on the Guide Liverpool for a long time is Andy Rogerson. Now, the reason why we couldn't is because he's been cycling for 150 days?
Yeah, just over 5 months, yeah.
Crazy. Cycling Scouser, Andy. You finished here, mate, 10 days ago.
Yeah.
What's the last 10 days been like, first of all?
My feet still haven't touched the floor, to be honest. I was pretty much back into work right away, doing a lot of media stuff, and then had to move house. So, yeah, this is the first day I've had off work, and it's a bit chilled out now.
Are you still sore?
Legs. I went for a run yesterday, which was just a massive mistake. It was too soon,
right.
And I just woke up this morning and everything aches.
My God, I bet it does, mate. I bet it does. So 150 days, you left in May,
yes.
And you come back 10 days ago.
Yeah.
You went from Shanghai back to Liverpool. But first of all, tell us why. Why did you take up this challenge?
I've always liked doing something a little bit crazy, but usually before this it's been mountains, but I have done one smaller bike tour before, but I don't know, everything I like to do, I want to be bigger, I want to push, because obviously I do it for charity, so I want people to keep on sponsoring. So yeah, I thought there's not much bigger really than cycling halfway down the world, 10,000 miles.
Tell us why Anthony Nolan Trust, though, because that's been a massive part of this journey with you, and people can still donate right now.
They
we'll
can.
put details on in just a second.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that charity?
I work in Jaguar Land Rover for a lad called Robbie Ferns, and he started there around 4 years ago, and at that time we found out his son was battling leukemia, so me and a few others have completed various charity events since that point. But yeah, this is the biggest one, and everything we do is for Anthony Nolan. They saved the lad's life. He was 3 years old when he's diagnosed, and he's still alive now. He's a 10-year-old boy. He's brilliant. He's doing well in school.
He's going strong, is he?
He's going strong, yeah. It's a total success story for the charity, really.
Well, you've raised nearly 25 grand now with this crazy journey that you've undertook. Let's go back to day one and how it all started. You started in Shanghai.
Yeah.
You went through then Iran and Hungary and Germany and back to Liverpool.
19 countries in total, and some pretty hairy ones through Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan. And yeah, I had to change my route a couple of times because ISIS took over the territory. So yeah, there was a lot of fluidity in the journey. It had to be adaptable, but I think it was just by blind luck I made it, really.
So you done it all on your own?
Yeah.
Were you nervous? Were you scared going through some of these places?
Not really until the day finished. There was a point of Turkey where it was held up at gunpoint by Kurdish rebels. And I was just laughing at the time until I got about 10 miles down the road, and it's like, I've just realised what's happened there. I was lucky to get through, but yeah, some hairy moments, but I knew there'd be that going there. The only thing that would have ever stopped me would be the unpredictable. But luckily, I managed to scrape through just.
Get through, yeah. Well, you had a fast bike to get you through.
The fast legs to get me through.
Fast legs, yeah. You went to Iran as well. Obviously, Iran is known to be quite dodgy.
It is.
You were telling me off camera, not the case.
No, it's the best country I've visited. The warmth from the people, they just place so much emphasis on hospitality. Yeah, day after day I'd be invited into homes, given food, people would pay for my groceries, for me water, for me little Mars bars I need for the trip. They're absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. And just the sights to see there as well, the mosques, the madrasas, they're absolutely out of this world. What
was the best thing and what was the worst thing about the whole journey?
The best thing was also probably in Iran. I think it was the first game of the season, the first Liverpool kick-off of the season. I was in a homestay with some guy called Mahood, and he didn't have the sports channel carrying it, the match, but I told him I was a Liverpool fan. It was a bit of a language barrier, but he understood. Next minute he's on the phone, he's got the guy from the satellite company out, he's hanging out the window with the aerial, and then Iran's obviously a dry country, it's an Islamist country, so there's no alcohol, but he brewed his own rum from raisins in a separate bath downstairs. Me and him just got sat there drinking rum, watching
that now, but thank God no one nicked you at the time.
Yeah, I didn't say it at the time because they do monitor all social media. I know a guy who's doing a similar ride but smaller, shorter to me, tried to enter the country even though he had a visa. They rejected him because he was a blogger. So yeah, it's that separation between government and population. We have it here, so you've got to think of it that way.
And the worst day of the journey, what would you say that was?
Probably passing out on my bike. It was cycling through 57 degrees heat, and I didn't realise it was that bad until I tried to shout at the car for cutting me up, and I couldn't speak. I tried to shout and there was no words come out. I realised it was in a bad way. I'd run out of water. I got to a restaurant, and as soon as I got off the bike I collapsed on the floor, and two guys from the restaurant just dragged me in and gave me water. Wow. And I slept for about 4 hours in the restaurant.
So it sounds like the generosity of the rest of the world, if you like, has really got you through this and really helped. Now you were also telling me off camera that you're planning something else.
Yes.
How you top what you've just done, I'll never know, but tell us what you're doing next.
Well, the idea I got only while doing this bike ride was, it's obviously a big thing in itself, so again, trying to top it, I'm going to try and turn this trip into a global triathlon of sorts. So the next stage would be rowing the Atlantic. I can't swim, and I couldn't swim across the Atlantic even if I could, so I'm going to turn it into a row. That's a 3,000-mile row, and then after that I plan to do 100 marathons in 100 days. I think it is, running from Miami to Florida. No, sorry, Miami to California.
My God, so keep up to date. You're on Twitter, aren't you?
Yeah, at Cycling Scouser, Instagram also, and Facebook.
Okay, and finally, how can we help with Anthony Nolan? Because I'm sure a lot of people will want to give some money for what you've done here.
First of all, if you can join the register, you need to be between 16 and 30. You just go on to andynolan.org, all the information's there. It's an incredibly easy process, incredibly painless. Don't believe the myths about you here. And if you'd like to donate, you can text SCOU 53 to 770.
So that's SEOU 53 to 770. Get involved with the Anthony Nolan Trust. We've got to say as well, congrats, Liverpool Echo, Pride of Merseyside Awards.
I wasn't even there, all my family were.
Yeah, what a great accolade though.
Unbelievable.
Well deserved.
In this city of all cities, I couldn't be prouder.
Well, listen, Andy, well done. Congrats. Go and have a rest. Go and have a lie down. Go and have a pint.
Oh, yeah,
no brewed rum in Liverpool.
No,
Nice
sadly not.
Andy, thanks
a lot. Cheers.